Welcome back to Scheming With Sis, the podcast where two sisters talk about life, relationships, reality TV, and whatever else we find ourselves scheming about. Hope you enjoy this episode.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Oh, so good. This week has been good. How about you?
This week has been good for me too. I was just thinking because I'm like, normally we do our catch-ups on how our weeks have been going kind of at the beginning of every episode. And I'm like, this week has been so busy for me, but literally like nothing interesting has happened. It
Yeah.
has just been one of those weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same. I was really kind of looking at my catch up for the week and thinking,
I didn't have a life this week, but I
Yeah.
did so much. Yeah.
Agreed. I did. As people can probably tell, I got my hair done. For those that are watching on YouTube, I went super blonde.
Mhm.
I generally always am very blonde, and it was just this last time, I think it was in the fall of last year, that I
Mhm.
went brunette, and, yeah, I really, really liked it, and it was just time for a refresh, and there was just a part of me that was just, like, dying to get some blonde back.
Some blonde back.
Yeah.
It looks
So
so good. For all of those just listening, like, at least just tune in to YouTube real quick so you can see her hair.
You're so nice. Yeah, we actually have the same hair girl, which is so fun.
It's so fun.
She's the cutest, and does such a good job. Every single time she just
Yeah,
nails
she
it.
never misses.
Yeah, never.
She's so sweet.
So that's really fun. So it's fun to be blonde, and,
Mhm.
um, I'm we'll get into an episode where we talk about me turning 30 and all of this stuff, but I'm turning 30 in a couple of weeks, and this was kind of like an early birthday event for me to
Mhm.
get my hair done, and I was just kind of dying. I didn't wanna wait even a few more weeks, and just kinda wanted to go into 30 feeling a little refreshed,
Uh-huh.
you
I
know?
feel like I never know what to do with my hair.
Yeah.
I go through these phases of like, well, I wanna be dark brown and, just, I don't know, like black cat energy where it's just like
Yes.
all super dark and sleek, and then I go through phases where I start to feel like Wednesday
Mm.
Addams,
Yes.
and
Agreed.
I need some like light to brighten up my face because I don't even know what my undertone is. I think it might be red. I really couldn't even tell you, but I'm like, sometimes if I don't have light to just kind of brighten myself up, I look so dull.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard for me to figure out, like, what color looks best. Because like, both of us, we have rosacea, so we do have very
Yeah.
red, like, undertones in our face,
Mhm.
um, and it's really hard to figure out, like, what exactly, looks the most flattering and
Yes.
overall, like, what makes you feel like, I personally love your hair, um, a little caramely, a little blonde
Mhm.
mixed in with the brown. It's so fresh and bright,
Yeah,
um, but
I
just
think
a
I agree.
solid chocolate too is just so beautiful.
It is. I feel like you know what it is? I think I appreciate having, like, a solid chocolate, darker hair color when it's the summer and I have color. Like, if I have
Yes.
color, the
Yeah.
rosacea is kinda hidden, like, you don't notice the red as much, but,
Mhm.
like, with my skin tone, I can get, like, white as a ghost and then super tan.
Yeah.
And so, when I'm white as a ghost, I feel like you can see every imperfection on my face,
Yeah.
and the dark really just makes me feel like I just walked out of, like, a morgue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I have one other catch up from the week, and that's a little bit of a story. So,
Okay.
do you have anything that you needed to bring up for your week for catch up?
Well, I was just not necessarily about myself, but I know that Coachella's going on this week.
Mm.
And so I kinda just wanted to talk about Coachella for a sec because I have
Yeah.
never been. I've actually never been to any festival, but I
Yeah.
feel
Same.
like yeah, but so many people do. Like, every single one of my friends has all been to a festival, and I feel like it's this rite of
Interesting.
passage that I just, like, never did. I say in my 20s, I'm literally 23. I have, like,
Yeah.
7 more years to do this,
Yes, you
but
do.
I'm like I also don't feel the craziest desire, and I never have, to go to a festival, And I think
Yep.
it's all because of just the conditions of
Yeah.
every single festival. Like my coworker, she went to Coachella last year. This was like her third time going to Coachella. And she bought the VIP pass this last year and then the previous year. And this VIP pass was supposed to just like take you to the front of the lines. You have like
Mm,
escorts and like certain areas that you get to sit in during the shows.
yeah.
And she said the first year it was so great and, like, there was actually a benefit because it is so much more expensive to do the VIP.
Mm,
Um, but last year when she went, she was like, "I am so disappointed at the whole experience." Like, the VIP practically meant nothing. The lines were just as long for
ugh,
VIP. Like, there wasn't all of the perks, and I can't exactly remember what all the perks were, but she was like, "It was not worth it, and you pay, like, triple for
yeah.
this." And I was just scrolling on TikTok, and I saw this guy. He's, like, in the desert, sleeping in the trunk of his car with, like, the bed over. It's, like, 100 degrees, and he's like, "Because I'm not spending 10 grand on a hotel for these days." And I'm like,
Mm,
10 grand? Are you kidding? And I'm like, "You have to fricking pee outside. Like, we're not going to the Ritz-Carlton here." Like,
how are that many people affording that
right?
event? Like, that is I don't even
Insane.
that's insane.
Mind-boggling, and I'm like, "Yes, I know, like, Justin Bieber's there this year and Sabrina Carpenter, and, like, all of those performances have looked so fun.
Yeah.
Not nearly worth 10 grand to me. Are you
No.
kidding me?"
The type of trip that you would see me on if I was dropping that kind of cash, like, it would not be in that man's
I'd come back
conditions.
like a new woman,
Yes.
like, refreshed from being at the beach, being waited on
Yes.
hand and foot, full spa, hair
Uh-huh.
done,
Massages every day.
massages, Mai Tais at the
Oh,
pool, like, that I could just never imagine spending the money to go to something like that where you're
mm-mm.
literally it's like you're fighting for survival out there too.
Oh,
I
the
can't.
anxiety that it gives me.
Me
No.
too. And I'm like, I don't know. So every year these festivals, they roll around and then I'm like, there's a part of me where it's like, oh, I'm young. I should like try and go to a festival, like
Yeah.
and get in the outfits and all of that. And then I think about it for about 5 seconds longer and I'm like, yeah, no, never mind. I'm okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably really relatable. I feel like a lot of people feel that, and I feel like it's just this general overwhelming feeling of FOMO when you're seeing these
Yes.
videos that you're just like,
Yes.
"Oh, I need to be there." Like, even me who thinks this is absolutely my worst nightmare, never wanted it in my life, I'm like, there's like a part of me that feels like you're missing out, especially this Justin Bieber stuff. It's really making you feel very nostalgic. People are very much so
Yes.
like sharing all these videos, and his set is so unique and
Yes. He did like Beauty and a Beat. Did you
yes, and
see that?
so, so, so cute.
So
And so those
cute.
types of things where I'm just like, "Oh, that just brings back so much from our childhood," and seeing him, like,
Mhm.
perform with his little self behind him in, like, videos,
Yes. Oh, it's so precious.
it really is, and I'm like, I'm getting just a twinge
A twinge.
of FOMO, but it goes away so fast. As soon
Yeah,
as I
me too.
scroll, I'm out, I'm good.
Yeah, me too. Then I'm gone.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I feel that too. It probably is just like, yeah, the FOMO and
yeah.
then feeling like, I don't know, this is something that everyone has to do once, but I'm like, it's really not. It's really
No,
not.
it's not. I mean, no,
But
not
I get it.
that's definitely not on my bucket list, but I totally get it being on someone's bucket list.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm like, I think I'm just like not cut out for it. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is.
And it's
Like,
back to back to back too. So it's
yeah.
like it's a multiple day like you think about when we have a concert local and we have
Uh-huh.
that coming up, the of the planning, the outfit, the getting ready for it,
Yep.
getting to it, planning an Uber, planning on what bars are we gonna go to, what all these different
Yep.
things, and it's just one evening. And it's like
U- Uno.
Uno evening. And that is a lot.
It's a lot.
So, times that by however many days, what is it, like a 3-day
I
thing?
think.
Yeah, I mean, that's hefty.
It's hefty.
Yeah,
And we've talked about it in previous episodes where it's like we really are homebodies.
yeah,
And so maybe that's why it's just so hard for us
it
too,
is. Yeah,
because I'm like, I don't have that much social in me.
yeah,
And I'm lucky that like Daniel doesn't either.
yeah.
Like we're
No,
both,
same. Gavin,
yeah.
same.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Because he has no desire to go to
no,
anything like that either. Like we're both just, yeah.
no. I
I
can't
mean,
even imagine. That would be so funny if Gavin came to me and was like, I'm dying to go to Coachella. I'd be like,
Sis,
"You're you're shitting me. You're not e you're this is such a
no.
joke. That's not
You're
even
right. That's
funny."
so funny. I
I
could
wouldn't believe it for a
literally
second.
never in a million years picture him saying something like that.
No.
Oh, that is hilarious. I'm like, I guess I'll jump into my next catch up from the week 'cause it
Yeah.
kind of plays off, the fact that we're homebodies.
Okay.
So, I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw this girl, she posted a video and she's, like, on someone's shoulders, kinda looks like she's at, like a club or a rave or something like that, and her caption was, "I don't know who needs to hear this, but for the love of God, go out with the girls. It's not a flex to stay home curled up with a book and a cup of tea on a Saturday night. Go live and experience life, girl." And my
I
first,
feel attacked.
like, absolutely attacked, and I'm like, "Who do you think you are?" I'm like, "Girl, no." And so I opened the comments and they
Oh,
just they killed me. I wrote down 2 of the comments because they
yes,
were so
please.
funny. One girl commented, "Some of us have anxiety, Daniela."
Thank
I
you.
and I'm like, "Yeah." And then another girl commented, "For some reason, this makes me wanna stay home curled with a book and a cup of tea." And I'm like,
Yes.
"Okay, this obviously did not reach her target audience because it was all the comments." It was so funny, but I'm like, "I've found my people. I
Yes.
feel seen." But I'm
Yes.
like, there's just and this is kind of what I just wanted to talk about with it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with going out and
No.
clubbing. You're young, you're hot,
Yes.
this is the time. But
Yeah.
there's also absolutely nothing wrong with the latter and just
Yeah.
staying home. Like, whatever your version of fun is, that's what you should do. That's
Yeah.
how you should spend your Saturday night if you can. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna have a different idea of what fun is, and that was my version of fun for, like, a year and a half,
Yeah.
freshman year and sophomore year of college, and then
Yeah.
it's
You were
not my idea.
barely home. It was like the
Barely
opposite.
home.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I know. We had bar Wednesdays. We were out on
Yeah.
Wednesday,
Yeah.
like, but yeah, that's just not close to my vibe anymore. But
Yeah,
I'm
no.
like, I have so much more fun doing other things, but there's nothing wrong with
Mm-mm.
either one. But I'm like, I just hate when girls are haters on other girls, on,
Yeah.
just how they choose to live their life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if it makes you happy, that's the right
Yeah.
choice for
That
you.
just
Good
actually,
for you.
like, circles back to my high school experience, and I was like I was the girl
Yes.
that didn't want to, like, party every weekend and, like, do all of that, and it just I was looked down on, like, "You're so boring," and I'm like, "But I'm having fun, though, like, in my own
Yeah.
way."
I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, like, I'm
Yeah.
happy in my own doing my own things that make me happy, like, if that's staying at home on the weekend and watching, Suits with my dad,
Yeah.
then that's fun for me, and I don't
Totes.
necessarily feel like that needs to be look like you're just saying, it doesn't need to be looked down on, just that just
Yeah.
reminded me of that whole vibe, like, let's just judge because she's not doing X, Y, and Z, and it's generally the girls that go out and do these, certain things that are the ones that
That's
are
very
judging
true. It's usually
the
not the
opposite.
book readers and the cup of tears that are
Because 'cause we're
judging.
happy.
Yeah. Happy. Did you get that?
Yeah, did you
Happy.
hear that? We're happy, so we ain't bothered with anybody else's business, and we're not trying to
Uh-uh.
convince somebody else that, like, this is the way. They'll find their way there one day, and we'll be like, "Yeah, we knew it.
Yeah,
We knew
we've
from the
been here.
beginning. We've been
Old
here.
news.
Yeah, we're
Wo
enjoying it. We're loving it. Welcome."
worn in like an old glove. Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Fun.
but yeah, other than that, well, I guess I do have something. I'm getting a new car. I'm so
Oh,
excited.
I'm so excited, you guys. This car is just I'm so excited for you.
I know. I'm really excited too. I am gonna list the car that I have now on
Yeah.
Facebook and KSL.
Yeah.
Probably gonna do the post today. But when you are like a woman trying to sell a car, like
Yes.
just privately through like, KSL or something, it is not as easy as if you were a dude because, like when dad sold his car, they would
Yeah.
just come, he'd like show him a few things, he'd go on a test drive with them. And like, we can't do that. We can't just like get in a car with a stranger. And
Oh
so you,
god.
are you
No.
kidding? So you
Mm-mm.
have to think of like all these other things. And so,
Yeah.
okay, when they get there, and they wanna take a test drive, do not get in the car, but take their
Yes.
keys so they don't drive off with your car, and, like,
Oh,
but I'm just like and the list is endless.
smart. So smart.
So smart. But I'm like, even when it comes to payment, like, I have to make sure Daniel's with me and we have to, like, meet at the bank and, like, make sure the cashier's check is legit. But it's just
Yeah.
like, there has to just be a guy with you at all times. And I'm like, well, how am I gonna do this with my 9 to 5 schedule?
So true. That is a lot. I've never sold through, um, like a what's that called? Is it third party or
Private party.
private party? I've
Yeah.
never sold that way before. I've only ever gone to a dealer, gave them my car, left with a different car.
Yeah.
So I've never experienced that. And I would feel the same way. And that's a lot of scheduling and work to try and fit in with your job.
It is.
I
Yeah,
cannot wait.
anyways.
I cannot wait to see what you think of this new car.
Me too.
Um, and yeah, just how it feels driving a different car. I'm so excited. This is such a different car than you've ever driven before.
I know.
And this is just such, a dream.
It is a dream. I'm so excited. It's gonna feel good to be, like, above people again because I've
Yes.
been, like, in a low sedan for
Yes.
a really long time, and
Yeah.
so I test drove it, and I was just driving around, and I'm, like, in my head, I'm like, I'm just looking over,
Yes.
like, it's so nice. You feel so safe, so secure. You feel like you're
Yes.
actually a presence on the road, like you're a
Mm,
predator, not the prey.
yes. So agree. I feel
Yeah.
like I fall into your car when I get in it.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially with
whoa.
Gavin's huge truck
Oh,
too.
yeah,
Like,
please.
yeah, I
I need a
know.
forklift to get me in that. I am like and the fact that we don't
Uh,
have automatic running boards, that is just a luxury that we don't have at the moment,
oh my
but
gosh,
just
that's such a
trying
good Christmas gift.
oh, well, yeah, it
I
is
mean, are they like
money.
$1,000,000?
I think they're correct me well, you won't be able to correct me. Like, correct me if I'm
I
wrong.
asked.
Yeah, you asked, you will not know the answer to this. I think they're like $1,500 dollars total.
Okay,
So, pricey.
okay,
It'd be like a
that's
thing that, like,
pricey. We all
everyone's chipping
pitch.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Here's $20.
here's $20 towards your running boards. Use it.
That's so funny.
Well, that's so fun.
Yeah. So excited.
Yes. Okay, so my I've been, very emotional lately over, um, my son growing up, and I'm
Oh,
sure moms can relate, but like, I see stuff all the time about you only have this many years as them as a baby and a toddler and a kid and a teenager, whatever it is, and yada
yep.
yada. And just lately, I feel like this algorithm is out to get me because
I hate
I,
that. It's
oh,
targeted.
it is. And at
Mhm.
night, I am just getting the worst, most depressing videos.
Oh,
And this week, I had one that had me in just full blown tears. And I think I'll be able to say it without crying.
oh
But
no.
no,
Here come the waterworks.
here they come. Can't.
I'm scared.
Um, so the video was, a mom, she was fully pregnant, she's about to go to the hospital to have her second baby,
Okay.
and it was kind of in the evening time, so I'm assuming maybe her water broke unexpectedly, but she stopped to go, like, lay with her firstborn for a second, and it was
Stop.
I can't. She went to go just lay with them for a second and love them, and it was just like the of her being, like, really taking in the fact that she's about to leave to go bring home a second sibling, and it's not just gonna be them anymore. I was unwell. I was tears
Oh,
streaming down my face, um,
sis, that's
and
brutal.
it was brutal. Yeah, it was brutal, and there was just, like, one after the next, but that one really got me,
Mhm.
and the next day, I was on FaceTime with mom, and I was actually in the Chick-fil-A drive-through gonna get some Chick-fil-A breakfast for Connor and I, and, I'm on the phone with mom, and I was like, "Oh, I just last night I was crying," and I go to tell her the exact story that I just said,
Mhm.
couldn't make it through it, I think I was a few words in, start bawling my eyes out, and then I just start dying laughing
Oh,
because I'm
no.
crying so hard,
Oh my gosh, I
and
can literally picture the whole thing.
I just was losing it, and I'm creeping, towards the ordering, um, speaker, and I'm like, "Get it together, get it together, get it together." Thank goodness it wasn't a Chick-fil-A worker standing out there taking orders because I
Oh.
at least was able to hide the tears streaming down my face and just try and get my voice together. And so I ordered the food and we get up to where you pick up your food, and I had composed myself enough at this point, like wipe the tears away, all that.
Mhm.
And this really nice lady comes out and she hands me my food And she comes back with this little flyer, and we'll drop a picture in a clip,
Oh,
when we
no.
post clips, but it's a little flyer that says, mother-son date night, um,
Oh,
and it's a glow-in-the-dark date night, and, she was like, "I just wanna give you this, we just had a daddy-daughter one, it was so cute, and now we're doing a mother-son," and, um
did the waterworks start just pouring?
I literally drove off, mom's still on FaceTime in the corner of the car, and I'm all, "Ah," and I just start losing it again, tears
Sis,
streaming down,
what are
and then
the chances?
what are the chances? I start cracking up because I'm crying so hard, so I'm cry laughing, snot, the whole thing.
Oh
It
my
was
gosh.
so funny
That is
because
so funny.
it was just one of those cries that you can't control, and it's
Yes,
just, like, it's coming, the
it's
emotions are
happening.
right at the surface, and it was just so funny that mom was on the phone through that whole process of me telling the story
Was
to
she
then getting
dying?
this flyer. She was cracking up. She was on her way to work, she was riding up the elevator, doing the whole
Oh
thing,
my
and she's just
gosh.
dying through the whole office building on her way to her office, and oh
I
my
I would have
gosh.
been dead. I'm so sad I missed that.
I know, I was like, "Why weren't
Where
you
was
on?"
I?
I don't know. I really don't know. Why weren't you
Huh.
on that morning?
I don't know.
Um, but yeah, so anyways, that's
That
really my
is
catch up
really funny.
story this week. Yeah,
Man,
brutes.
brutes.
Um, well, that can kind of transition to what we're scheming up this week. Which, well, I guess one thing before it's in our scheming up category,
Okay.
but before we kind of get back to the topic of kids a little bit, it's the moon trip.
Mm, the moon
The
trip.
moon trip. You have thoughts?
Mm. Huh.
Huh.
You know,
Zero?
I haven't put much thought
Yeah.
into the trip.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a few things where
Yeah.
it's like, but seriously, none of this is like even good for the pod. It was like I picture it as just like a really fun sleepover.
Yeah.
And I'm like, true,
Yeah.
but I have no other thoughts other ooh, lies. I have a thought.
Okay.
Okay, Daniel and I were talking. He probably would have more thoughts on this whole moon trip, but
Yeah.
he was just like, how is it possible that this is the only other time we've gone back to the moon?
That's what a lot of people are saying.
And I'm like, wait, you're
Yeah.
telling me we haven't actually landed? Like humans have not landed on the moon
Yep.
since?
Mhm.
I
No,
don't know.
it's a valid question. There's actually a lot of valid questions.
Yeah,
And, first off, are you a moon skeptic in
I am.
general?
Well,
Like the first moon landing?
I would say in general, like it does make me a little bit like, hmm. Like
Mhm.
when I think about it, it could have just been like a total, it was the space race.
Yeah.
And
It was, and if
could have been
we
Cap. I don't know.
yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't be surprised if it was, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it was real.
yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I am more heavily in the camp of it did not happen,
Mm.
the first time. That was something that came about after a lot of, like, research and looking into it, and Gavin kind of also having certain feelings and us both really giving it a good look into,
Mhm.
like and there's a few good documentaries out there that really kind of went into, was it real, was it fake, different things like
Yep.
that. I feel like the arguments for it wasn't real are extremely compelling, not just like,
They are.
conspiracy theorists of the yin yang. I think it's very, very compelling, and I think the reasons behind the motive of faking it are very compelling. So I could see that that is a
Mhm.
possibility. Now, do I have serious thoughts on if it was real or fake? No, I don't. A lot of people are saying that this was fake.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Did you watch, like, the landing in
I
San
watched a little
Diego?
bit of it, the live feed, I
Yeah.
watched a little bit of it, but I was getting my hair done. It was on
Mm.
Friday, and I think I had left the salon, and within, like, 30 minutes, I think they were supposed to be landing, so I didn't really have a lot of, like, pre-prep time where I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go home and watch this." Um, so I don't know. It's really hard. I don't again, we're not scheming up much because
We're not
we're
qualified.
we're not necessarily super qualified to say one way or the other. We could get into the whole weeds of it. Neither of us care, to really
True.
express. Like, the
We're not trying
details.
to sway y'all.
No,
Like,
no, we truly don't. We don't care. If this one was real, then that's amazing. Um, and so glad that they're home safe.
mhm,
And yeah, crazy stuff to go up there
yeah,
and be so brave and see the dark side of the moon that no one
it's
has ever
cool.
seen. It's incredible. And yeah. Um,
And if it's not real, we'll never know and life goes on.
yep. Like the rest of it. I just
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
so funny.
so crazy.
Yeah, good for USA though. Woo!
Yes, you woohoo. We love the USA. So, our scheming up topic this week is, can women have it all? And I think this kind of ties back into the kid thing that we were talking about. And I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts on this whole thing. I feel like I can't even remember what brought up. Do you remember what brought this topic up for us this week when you and I were chatting?
I actually do, and it was because I was just talking to another woman, and just the topic of kids got brought up.
Yeah.
Um, like when are we gonna have them?
Uh,
You know, the age, and then it kind of led into how does that work with our career?
yes. Yeah. Absolutely. You're so right. Yeah. And it's the career goals. And we're talking about like you have a couple friends or girls that you know at least that are very like career driven.
Yes,
And,
very career driven.
yeah.
Um, and then I also have friends that are not as career driven and they feel like they will feel the most fulfillment as like a wife and a mother. And I think it's just really fascinating to see like all these different women with all these different personalities and like drives. There are
Mhm.
drives in every direction. And it's what we had kind of talked about is that it's really hard to cover it all, to have it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. And I think the answer for me, can women have it all? My answer is no, with a caveat. It's no, you can't have it all at once.
Mhm.
But do I think that women can have it all? Yes. I
I
do
agree.
think that I don't think that we should limit ourselves and look at it as if we can't have it all ever. I
Mhm.
understand that it's very hard because there's prime years for childbearing and prime years for maybe um well, this is what people think. There's biologically there are prime years for women having children, but I think it's a little bit of a misconception on their prime years for a career. I think that you can be a boss bitch at any age.
Any age.
And I just don't think that, and it's not to say that moms aren't boss bitches because we are. We
Oh,
absolutely
hell yeah.
are.
Hell yeah,
Um,
you are.
we're doing the hardest job on earth, but I feel like hardest and most rewarding. I feel like so
Pause.
blessed.
So blessed. I'm so blessed.
So blessed. Um, I feel like you just have to look at your life in stages and phases. Like for me, when I see women, talk about losing themselves, and a lot of women are afraid of that when they, think about having children.
Yeah.
And I just, I have a different perspective as you look at losing yourself to be this thing that you are, if you don't have this big career, it's basically it's really career based. If you don't have this giant career that's so successful, whatever that means to you, whether it's money, whether it means you're climbing the corporate ladder, whether that means that you are, you
Yep.
know, the CEO, whatever it is, it's like that is finding yourself. That's what it means to have a life outside of motherhood. I just don't think that it needs to be that big and dramatic. I'm like, I don't feel like I lose myself in motherhood because I see myself having so many other facets to me that are small, but they
Mhm.
mean so much to me.
They give you purpose
They give me
outside of
purpose.
being a mother.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like it could be as small as, I love to read. There's the reading version of me. That
Mhm.
is my identity, the books that I love and just disappearing into those worlds. That's so fun and that's
Yep.
different than being a mom. Um
You love to
y-
bake. You're a good
yeah.
baker.
Yeah, baking is super fun or writing. I have
Mhm.
a little passion for writing and I do that. I write, you know, some fiction books that I've started and stopped and started and stopped, but it's always in the back of my mind. It's like, I'm still a writer that's still out there. So if I want to pick up my laptop and write a little bit today on a
Yeah.
story, I can.
Or hello, we're podcasters.
And now podcasting,
I know.
it's
Just
not
giving that a go, like,
yeah,
that's a whole other.
it's a whole whole 'nother thing, it's a whole whole 'nother avenue, and so I think there are a lot of ways that you can look at motherhood, like, in a negative light. Personally, I think it is the most fulfilling I've ever felt in my life. It's the most purpose I've ever had in my life. And I think it's an amazing thing. Should you just do it to do it? Absolutely not.
No.
Your babies deserve, you in it 1,000%. And they also, um, it's not something that should be just taken like everyone does it. I don't really care. I
Yeah,
really
like,
think
this
that,
is just what all women should do. This is what we were
yeah,
made for, so I might as well just
yes.
pop out a kid.
Yeah. No,
Like,
no,
no,
no. Please
don't
don't.
have kids if that's your
Yeah.
mindset,
Please
please.
don't. Yeah. Absolutely not. Um, So I just think that if you're out there and you're thinking about worried, what am I doing with my life? Like what do I want outside of motherhood? Maybe like there could be big picture. And that could be owning a business one day. It could be taking on a career role that you
Mhm.
had dreamt of as a kid. It could be a teacher. It could be um a million different things.
Literally
Um,
anything.
anything. And you could have a bigger picture if that is something that still really calls to you, but then create like a rainbow and then just start kind of filling in the other arches in the rainbow and really thinking like, what are other things that make me feel alive? Um,
Mhm.
that are other versions of me. Like I feel like it's endless the amount of things that I could think of. Like,
Yeah,
oh, I want to be super into fitness and I'm gonna, one day I'm gonna pursue being like just the fittest I've ever been. Or, it's just never ending.
yeah,
And it makes it exciting and fun when you
it
think about all
does.
these fun little things that you're excited to pursue in your life
Yeah.
that don't always have to take you away in a sense from your children. And I think that might be part of it is like a lot of these big time career goals are ones that pull you away from the home. And so that's why you don't really see both being able to coexist.
This is how the conversation really started
Yeah.
because, like me, we've talked about it already on the pod, but, I'm 9 to 5 in the office, and it is very fast, like, fast-paced work. You have to be there. There's
Yeah.
no real, like, remote work from home opportunities. We have clients all the time. You have to be there when they're there.
Yeah.
It's not all appointments that can, it's just like you don't have really the flexibility to be a present, stay at home mom some of the time.
Yep.
And then, at least in my career, do what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't do both.
Yeah.
And maybe there are some women out there that could, and like, Godspeed. Like,
Yeah.
that is amazing, but I know myself, I couldn't do it. And I don't think I could even succeed in my
Yeah.
job right now with
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
And so that's where it kind of came up because, in my younger 20s and I don't plan to have kids for, I don't know, maybe another 6 years.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, this is the hard part of when your kid goal is so further out because you're like, what am I setting myself up for? Am I,
Exactly. That's what we
yeah,
talked about too.
mhm. It's like, am I setting myself up to just grind, 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 grind at in this one field, this one job, or this one
Yeah.
company, only to then have a kid and be like, well, that was fun. And now it's just over because you
Exactly.
can't do both.
Yep.
And so you're in this like limbo of like, well, should I consider something that allows me to do both? Should I change fields? Should I, all these different questions. And I feel like they really start to weigh at you when you get to
Yeah.
the age where marriage and kids become a serious topic because it makes you go like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah. Oh,
And
it's so overwhelming.
so overwhelming.
Yeah, and it's absolutely I mean, I had career aspirations to most of my life. It was either well, first it was a lawyer.
Hmm.
For we have a lot of lawyers in our family, and it was just kind of like something that I fell into very naturally and definitely loved studying law and things like that. And so that was
Yeah.
something I was heavily going to pursue. I was studying political science right out of high school and um I think that's actually that's a very hot take, but a lot of really, really good attorneys will kind of say that majoring in political science is just a funny major for being an attorney. A lot of them like suggest majoring in like English and different things like that. But anyways, Um, so
Interesting.
that was something that I wanted to pursue, and I literally stopped myself in my tracks. I think I actually had a conversation with a family member of ours, and it was very much like, "Well, hold on. I'm gonna be in college for 4 years, law school for 3. I'm gonna have a
Yep.
giant pile of debt
Debt.
that I will then need a career to pay off, but by the time I graduate law school, I'm probably gonna, wanna start having children, so how does that work?" And
Literally.
it's
And
something that
then you realize it doesn't.
it doesn't work. It just doesn't. And you do have to choose, and I think that it's really hard. It's so hard. We as women, we really have a lot to consider, that we
So
have on
much
our
more to think
shoulders.
about.
We just really do. And what I would suggest and oh, well, first, yes, okay, so attorney, I was like, "No, crap, that's not gonna work." I do really wanna have kids, and I don't see that really being the best decision because I don't know how long I'm gonna be out with kids, and then I come back and start practicing. Am I gonna feel like I'm out of it? I don't know. So, I switched to teaching for a while, which is kind of what my ultimate almost degree and ended up being in is
Mhm.
teaching, psychology, that kind of stuff. I really thought it would be amazing to be like a student advisor, like at a college,
Mhm.
advising, which I still love. And again, yet another thing on my list
There you
that in
go.
my mind, I'm like, I could pursue that one day.
You
That's
could
not gone.
literally yeah, that's not gone.
My kids are grown up and I'm like, I really want a different career. I don't want to work in payroll and taxes, that work from home. I'm over it. It's not fun. And I want a different job. That's something that maybe I loved when I was younger and I actually want to pursue it. Okay, well, if you don't have your degree, I think I'm literally like 4 classes away or something from
You're
mine.
so
I'm
close.
so close. And I
So
can
close.
finish at any time. I can
Yeah.
finish at any time, and I can do what I need to do that career, and it could be a whole new start for me at some point. It
Yep.
doesn't have to be such, like, doomsday, vibes that you're just like, "Ah, it's over, blah, blah, blah."
I know.
It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
I think the reason why it feels so doomsday is because there's so much pressure to be so successful so young now.
Yeah,
It's like
so true.
straight out of college, go climb that corporate ladder, go to more school and become
Yes.
this or that. It's like we aren't given the I don't know, the grace to really figure things out anymore.
Yeah.
And so I think it puts this just a ton of pressure on you to feel like you need to have like your career for the rest of your life secured in your early 20s. Like, no, it's so stupid, but that's how it makes you feel. And so then you get in these careers, and then the thoughts of kids come up, and you're like, ooh, what now?
Yeah, oops, like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think it's so important and it's so hard because it's like you don't wanna have to be talking to young girls immediately being like, "Do you wanna be a mother? If
No.
so, you need to be thinking and you're not allowed to pursue this," or whatever. Like, the reality is you should be having like, for instance, if I have a daughter, I will share my experience 100%. I'll be like, "Look, set yourself up for as much success as possible that will give you as many options as possible." And that is
Yeah.
tricky. It's not easy to do,
Mm-mm.
but with enough guidance, you can see, counselor,
Here
with
she goes
a
already,
career yeah,
folks.
career counselor, mhm.
Hmm.
Um, and if you set yourself up and you really plan well, and if you have people in your life, say a mom and a dad or a sister or whatever, and they're like, "Here's advice on how you should set yourself up for
Hmm.
multiple options," whether it's 'cause, oh, it could get in such to the weeds, but we don't even know what our fertility looks like, like, there's so
So
many things
true.
that it's like, you could bank on the fact that you're not gonna pursue being an attorney or a doctor or whatever because you wanna have children, and then you could not be able to have children. It's so
That's so facts.
it's so intense,
But I think
but
you're right on the money. Like, true freedom is having options,
yeah,
and it's really hard to have options, but I think you're right. If we
yeah,
were set up a little differently, like, we were very, like, focused on one thing, like, you wanted to be a lawyer, I wanted to be a doctor. I started out
yep,
my first 2 years pre-med at
yep,
college,
yep.
and then I randomly came to the realization of, well, I don't wanna do 6 more years of school after this and then fellowship. Like, I'm gonna be a mom through that, or am I gonna be a mom at, like, 40?
It's insane.
you know? And
Yeah.
so that's why I stopped, but then, like, the point you just made, who knows? Who knows what my fertility is like?
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
wild.
You just have to bank on, okay, if you do really wanna be a mother, I guess you have to go on it with faith and
True.
look at it from the
Trust in God
lens.
on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Look at it from the lens of, I'm going to believe that I will have the capability to have children one way or the other.
Yeah.
And, just yeah, just plan for it as much as possible. And I don't think that that's I really just don't know why it gets looked on so badly, like, that women that wanna be mothers and that decide that that's something that they wanna set themselves up for. I just think that that's so admirable. I also think it's so admirable of women that are pursuing insanely hard and grueling careers that they are,
Totally.
you know, kicking ass in and doing so much work. It's just it's it's amazing, like we were saying, the book girl is not no need to look bad on the girl going out. The girl going out does not need to
Yep.
look down at the girl at home reading her book. Like, we all have different paths, and just trying I think the point of this was, I think the topic of women asking if we can have it all, it gets left at such a black and white answer, and I just think
It's
that it's a
true.
little bit more nuanced, and I wanna give women and girls and hope, and just whether you're a mother now or you're not, like, just don't look at life so bleakly, you
Yeah.
know? Like, look at it as full of potential. Like, look at it as, I'm so excited. I wanna be a mom, and that's my current path right now. I have set myself up for it, or I wanna be a mom, and I'm about to set myself up for it.
Mhm.
And envision the future. Envision the future
Yeah.
while you're a mother. Envision the future as your kids get older and they're not needing you 24/7. Um,
Mhm.
at home, they may be at school and activities and all these different things. What does your life look like then? What kind of life and schedule do you wanna have at that point in your life? And just see
Yep.
it as chapters of a book, and it's not bad. It's not bad to
Mm-mm.
and the reality is you do have a little bit of a time clock when it comes to being a mom, so just take that into account, but don't make it seem like it's such a horrible thing. Women look down on this, like, biological clock and how horrible it is, and it's like, well, there's nothing we can do. So
I know. Let's just move on. We have
let's
to
just move on.
accept it, and it is what it is.
It is what it is. So look at your life as with hope
Yeah.
and with excitement, because this is your window for having
Mhm.
children. So lean in.
Like,
Lean
how
in.
fun.
How fun. This is
L
our time to have kids.
like, yeah, if you just switch the mindset on it,
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh my gosh, you're telling me, like, I might have a kid in, like, 6 years?
Yeah.
Like, how exciting, how scary, how this," but,
Yeah.
like, it doesn't
And then
have to be so terrifying, and my
yeah.
favorite thing is just, like, we're just gonna figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
you just roll with the punches, and it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what.
It really is. So overall, can women have it all? My answer is no, not all at once, but we can have it all.
Yep.
It's
We have a
just
long life. We live
we
longer
do.
than men.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
So we got extra time,
Yeah.
ladies.
Yeah. Love your life, love all your stages, and phases.
I love that.
Yeah.
Period.
Love.
Ugh.
Well, like we said, that was very,
Yeah, that was
loaded.
loaded. Real shit.
Yes. So we'll kind of probably brush on it, not too long,
Yeah.
but, we like we promised last time, we are going over episodes 2 and 3 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yes.
Very fitting of, stay-at-home moms trying
Yep.
to get their bag at the same time. They are trying to have it all, and
It's true.
but there are some things I think are suffering there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, and
Possibly.
yeah.
A few others.
So, let's see, episode 2.
'Kay.
Oh, alright. So
Oh my gosh. All right. You start us off. What do you got for episode 2? This is a good one.
yeah. So, it starts kinda with, like, Taylor and this new guy, Ben. I'm not gonna lie, I think Ben's pretty cute.
Yeah. I know. I mean, he is kind of like giving Dakota vibes, but like it's okay to have a type,
Yeah, but and
And
it's
he's
also
cute.
he's cute, and the thing is I thought it was really funny that people were Layla first, it, like, jumps to her confessional, and she's like, "I mean, he's cute, but he's just Dakota," and I was like, the more I've rewatched, and I'm like, "But he's not, actually." I think we're just seeing him as kinda cute, and sometimes we see Dakota as kinda cute, we're kind of
True.
lumping them into this,
It's true. I think
category.
it's just, like, tall, dark, and handsome,
True. True.
you know,
Yeah.
which, I mean, I feel like that's, like, 80% of
Yeah.
women's type, so
Yeah. It's true.
I
It's
mean, hey
like not everyone leads back to Dakota. Was my
right.
thought. I was just like, okay, I get it. I get it. But Ben is like his own thing.
He is, and you could tell he was younger,
Hmm.
for sure, but, yeah, no, I thought the little, like, hat trick was
I literally
adorable.
wrote that down. I put swoon.
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 It's so funny. I remember I watched that episode with Daniel and, you know, it's like, "Okay, you can kiss now," or whatever after Taylor gives him the rose, and he, like, pulls his little hat down, and they kiss, and all the girls are like, "Oh, that was so cute," and I out loud, I'm like, "That was so cute," and he's like, "You chill out over there,
Yeah,
okay?"
chill. Chill. I'm
But
like,
I'm like,
what?
"No, it was smooth,
It was
very
smooth.
suave."
Yes, like
Mhm.
that was extremely attractive.
I agree.
He wasn't trying hard. It just felt like it was part of his personality and it was
Mhm.
very, like you said, very smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, sad that we never really got to see him again.
I know. Yeah, very um
He coulda had potential.
really could have had potential, but like I said, I think we said in
Yeah.
one of our other episodes that Jesse has hinted that he comes back around. I'm dying to know what that means. Is he with
Me
somebody
too.
else? Is Taylor shown up again with him or what's going on there?
Oh, hope not.
Oh God, truly, that girl. First of all, Ben, no, Ben, walk
Yeah,
away. There's
Ben,
someone else for you.
I would
It's
lose
not
my
Taylor.
high opinion of you
Yes, exactly.
if you
And I
went
don't think
back.
they fit. I think they had zero chemistry, but I
0.
think that he could have extremely cute chemistry with someone that was his type and like really fit him.
I agree. I actually think him and Miranda could be really cute.
I think they could. I think they could. Yeah.
Because he seems a little shyer and, like,
Mhm.
I don't know, she's kinda more just, like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah. I know. That would be really cute. Um I made a note about how Demi was there in that scene, and it was clear that it was a casting call for
It
them
was
to show
so
up at
weird.
yeah, to show up at Taylor's house or whatever to be like, "Okay, girls, you'll have to be here at this time. We're filming.
Right, you have to
Taylor's
come
got a
meet
guy."
Ben.
Yeah. And I feel for Demi in that moment, like, it's gotta be weird to have 0
So
friends
weird.
and walk into a room and try and film and act normal, but she also made her bed. So, eh,
This is true. It's
it's hard.
it's really true.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it is hard. Mm.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting when Macy and Michaela go outside to call Jacob to see what there's any tea that he could share, and
Yes.
Michaela was so annoyed. She was like, "Ew,
I
no,
know.
Jacob."
Oh my gosh, straight from Schitt's Creek. It's like, "Ew,
Ew,
Jacob."
sick. Yeah, it was
So
so
funny.
funny, and she just hangs up the phone. And Macy's like, "Did you just hang up on him?"
And she's like, "Yeah, ew."
Yeah,
He
no,
was ew.
she's like, "I hate that for you."
Yeah.
Immediately. I was like,
It's so
"Michaela."
funny. I hate that
So
for you,
funny.
by the
Yeah.
way.
By the way, I hate that for you. Mhm.
That's so funny. I made a note
Uh,
of, um, Ben when they're like, "Okay, we need to get the full scoop," and they're just kinda grilling him,
yeah.
and they ask him about his job, and he's
Mm.
like, "Well, I got laid off, like, a month ago," and then no time passes, it's Michaela in her private interview, and she's like, "Red flag." And and I'm
Yes.
like, "Sis, I know you aren't very familiar with Cody Ko, but
No.
back in the day, he used to do videos with Noelle, and he would do, like, reaction videos to, like, really funny or cringy, like, YouTube videos that he put out, and one of the videos was these, like, really 2 Christian girls, and, like, the name was really funny, but they were pretty much just, like, super sexist and, like, I don't know, and these videos were, like, for 12-year-old girls, like, trying to, like,
Yeah.
guide them into life, and one of the videos was on, like, "These are the 5 men you should not date." And it was like, "Mr. Obsessed," and then Mr. This," and one of them was, "And the last and most important guy you shouldn't date is Mr. Struggle." And Cody and Noelle, they are such a crack up. They just, like, went off with it. They're like, "Oh, yeah, my mom died last week," and then he's all, Mr. Struggle, stay away." And I'm like, that is just what the vibes
Unhinged.
was giving me from that clip because
She's
I
like,
got laid off, like, a month ago. She's like, "Red
"Red
flag,"
flag."
and all I heard in my head was, "Mr. Struggle." And
That
I'm
is
like,
so funny.
it was
Like, no
so
grace.
funny.
No
No
grace
grace.
given. Mm-mm.
And I was honestly just dying, but
That was so funny too because it was, I think, Jesse who was asking him, what he did for work,
oh,
and And when he says that he was a product manager, which is actually it's a high up there job. That
Yeah,
pays
for a
pretty
tech
well.
company.
Yeah, I bet he was making really good money. At least my company and their product managers, they're paid very well.
Mhm.
Um, and and then he says, "Yeah, but I got laid off," and just all, "Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks."
Mm.
She's
Oof.
like, immediately in
Stress.
her mind, I know what all the girls' wheels are
I
turning, and I
know.
thought that was so funny.
It's so funny, and I kinda get where they're coming from, where it's
Yeah.
just like they're constantly being used, I'm sure, with friends and relationships, money and clout and
Yep.
fame, blah, 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 but
Yeah.
I'm like, what if you're really just, like, you're in a tough spot, you just got
Yes.
laid off, the
Yeah.
job market's shit, and you're like, "Okay," and now you're just getting hate from, like, 10 women being like, "Ooh,
Ooh,
yeah, I don't
yeah.
think you're a good partner."
Yeah. That's rough. Rough,
So
Ben.
funny.
That is so funny. Oh, man. Um, my next thought was the episode when they're at Sol Agave and the boys are all catching up.
Uh-huh. I have a
Um,
note on this too. I wonder if we
mhm.
continue.
'Kay. I it gave me this whole meeting gave me the ick. It made me realize I don't ever wanna be a fly on the wall for
Mm-mm.
men's group events. Like,
Sis, stop. Okay, keep going.
because I was literally like, "Ew," the whole time.
Ew. I was
I
like, some things are better left unknown. Like, I wish I could just
Yes!
stay in the dark.
Yes, like, skip that scene. Like, I just I don't know why they all felt so elementary to me, and it just felt gr
I literally wrote, like, quoting what Jordan said because Dakota said that, like, the girl he hooked up with in the villa has, like, reached out to him on, like, DM or something. And Jordan's all, you must have been pretty good in the sack for her to DM
uh,
you. And I
oh,
literally went, like, and so I wrote, do men actually talk like this? Because it sounds so gay. The
it
whole
is
meeting just sounded so gay and so young. I'm like, they just all have a crush on each other or something. But I'm like, please tell me
yeah,
men don't actually talk like this.
please. It's the dick measuring that's going on in this conversations of, like, and there was no substance. It was just I can't even describe it. It was like you're tossing a hacky sack back and forth and no one was catching it or so I don't know. It was just like the
Yes,
stupidest conversations. And then Chase, his whole rant, like, I find him fairly funny.
I do
The
too.
rant that he was going on at Jordan over the fact that Jordan shared something about Dakota was so cringe.
It was bad. He
It
just took
was
advantage of it because
Yes,
he'd
he
been
had the
plotting
mic.
that revenge
Mhm.
for a while. He was excited.
He was stoked, and I actually heard from another podcast that Mason was on that Chase had been drinking that day, so Chase was on one and really had
Oh.
yeah, so he was like,
That makes a little more sense because
yeah,
I'm like, dude, you made your point. Like,
chill.
chill.
Yeah, it was
And
embarrassing how much he was it was giving me secondhand embarrassment. I was like, "Chase,
it was.
stop."
And trust me, I don't like Jordan, but he's all,
No.
that's why your wife is sleeping in a Hyatt every other week. And I'm all,
Yeah.
like I like physically recoiled because I'm just like,
Yes.
oh,
Let's
let's
just
just not go there.
you're fighting a fight for Dakota who's next to you, which gave me also the ick because it's like,
Such an
what
egg.
Dakota
Again,
speak up? Like,
yes.
it's like he's this, like, meek little female in the corner, and Chase is like his big dog protector. It was gross.
It was gross. And I feel like they all just have a crush on Dakota. And
Ew, it does. It feels like they all have a crush on
that's what
Dakota.
I'm saying. And I'm like, that's
Ugh.
why some of their conversations just sound a little gay. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's why. And it's because they literally just like praise Dakota
Yes, everyone
and
protect Dakota.
defend Dakota.
Yeah,
You
protect him and
know,
his dalliances. No one speak of this. Like,
yes, ew, the whole pack.
and
That whole pack.
that's why it hurts even more that Taylor gives into it, because if I was Taylor and I was seeing this behavior, I'd be like, "Uh-uh. I am never letting
Uh,
him see
uh,
me
uh.
crack." Because
No.
the fact that this is so embarrassing, and then the fact that Taylor gives them the reaction that they're all protecting Dakota from, like it's some big uh-uh.
Yes.
No,
No,
I would
that's
be
so facts. I'd be mortified.
mm-mm.
Like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll
Oh
talk
my
on when
gosh.
Taylor finds out about what they were speaking about.
Yes. I'm like, my last thing on this episode
Yes.
was Jacob and Macy.
Mm,
because they just kinda Macy cracked me up
yeah.
at this point because, they're back in the kitchen, Jordan's over,
Back in the
with Jesse, Michaela's
Yes,
over, and they're
yes.
all talking in the kitchen just kind of, like, going over the trip, and Jacob's all, "This trip was about dad talk coming together,"
Oh,
and it jumps to the interview of Macy, and she's like, "If you s" oh, no, it doesn't, she says it to him,
she
she's like,
says
"If
it,
you
yep.
say that one more time, like, you will sleep on the couch," and then it
Yes!
jumps to the interview, and she's like, "I'm trying to keep my mouth shut because I am getting the ick." And I'm like,
Yes!
"Girl, we all were."
We
I was
all
getting it
are.
for her. The
Yeah.
whole, like, little,
Oh,
like, that they were doing, the whole thing,
oh,
it was so icky,
it
and
was,
I was just like,
it was so bad. Yeah, she said, Jacob, like, yeah, something like, "You better shut up or you will not be sleeping in my bed." Like, that like,
yes.
how she said it was just so good,
It was
and
so
you
good.
could feel us
Oh,
all, the women there and everywhere, just, like, cringing at
it
that.
was so cringe, and I'm
Oh,
like, I
and
think one of the
Jordan.
worst things that, like, you can really do is, like, give your girl the ick because you're just being too, like, you have too much testosterone,
Yes, flowing out
like,
all your
pouring
everywhere, yeah.
all your pores. It's just
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's just like, oh gosh.
yeah, and when Jordan gives this vibe throughout most episodes, but he's just so eager beaver to share,
Eager
you know,
beaver.
to share the
We have
hot
angry little elf and eager
yes,
beaver.
he's got all of the titles, he owns them all,
Oh my
and every
gosh.
time a scene comes in and he's just like, "Oh, I'm ready to take the stage, I'm ready to," you
Say
know.
something
Ugh.
stupid.
It like, I'm looking at Jessie and I'm, like, trying to watch how she's feeling these moments because at this point, she knows she's out. I don't
Yeah.
care what anyone says, she knows she's out.
No,
And
she's
just,
been
like,
knowing.
you would looking at your man like, "Oh, sick." Like,
Oof.
I'd be like,
Oof.
like,
Like,
"Shh."
that is the
This
least sexy thing out there.
least sexy. Like, I think I was gonna say something so horrible, but it
Oh
could come off
no.
bad, but, like, sometimes a silent man is just
There's
the most
something about a
attractive
man
thing
who doesn't ever speak.
ever speak. Something about a man who keeps his mouth shut. I don't know. It's just, you
Well,
know?
you know what it is? It's the fact there are some men out there that are just private. Private
Yes.
men are mysterious and,
Yes.
they save it for you. They don't save it for everybody.
Nailed it.
There's the sexiness in that,
Yes. Like,
in the
let's go
quiet
gossip
man.
together, quietly, and
Yep.
the yeah. No no one wants an eager beaver in a group setting who
I can't
is
get over that name, Eager Beaver.
who is just ready to spill the hot goss, and
Yeah,
I'm
like,
like,
all I picture is him just sitting there, like, his legs, like, tapping because he just
"Yes.
can't wait to get
Yeah,
out.
give me the mic. I need a I need to." No,
He's like
truly.
sweat coming down his forehead. He's like
No.
from holding it
It's
in.
and I'm gonna tell you right now, it kind of in this it's like Ben is that quiet,
There you go. There's the
he
appeal.
was quieter, and I'm like, that's probably why I think he's cute,
Yep.
because he's not chatting so much,
Yeah.
just, like,
He's
keeping
not a
it to
chatty
man of very
Cathy.
few words
Yeah,
in front of all the women and on camera and stuff. Like, it's cute when a guy can kind of, like,
totally.
let loose in front of his girl, like you're saying, and it's in private and stuff, but yeah,
Mhm.
that just the Jordan versus Ben is quite the
That's
comparison.
quite the leap.
Yeah.
Quite the jump.
Um
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, so funny. I made a comment about Jesse and Demi's meetup. It was just so weird. I had no clue that they were even trying to reconcile. It was like a meetup at that little fair or
Yes,
something, and
it was so random.
yeah.
And like last season, we ended off on them not even like wanting to be friends. It was just like all this. And then randomly, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, I think I'm going to try and be friends again. And we're just,
Yeah.
I don't know. It came out of
It
nowhere. I
came out of
feel like,
nowhere. There was no lead up or build up to it. It was just like all
yeah,
of a sudden they're going
it
to the
took us
fair.
all off guard.
Yeah. It was very rando. Um, and then at the end of episode 2, you see Taylor finding out about Dakota
Oof.
sleeping with someone at the
Mm.
villa. Whew. She Chills. She gives me chills when I know that information is being given to her, that her little wheels are turning.
Oh
Taylor's
my
wheels
gosh.
should be feared.
Oh,
She
absolutely. If I was Dakota, I'd be
is,
shaking in my boots.
yes. And it's like, look, oh, it's so, okay. I'll give my thoughts on Taylor's Dakota real fast.
Okay.
I think that she really doesn't have a right to have any anger towards Dakota doing anything when
Totally.
they're not together.
Totally.
Um, He's the father of your son. He's not your boyfriend. He's not your fiance. He's not your husband.
Yep.
He's your ex. I understand that it's not fun. Would that be fun for any girl to
No.
watch or hear about a guy that she still loves or was in love with previously and hears him getting with a bunch of girls? No girl likes that. No one wants to hear it.
No.
But you have to have the wherewithal to understand that you don't have a leg to stand on because you guys are not together.
You don't own this person.
No, it's just
Yeah.
not there's nothing there, Taylor, and if you want that to be the case, then lock it down and see how it goes.
Exactly. And I mean, I get that she was saying, like, but he's saying, I love you so much. I love our
Yes, that was the other
family,
thing. Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
and I get why that would be like frustrating, but that would not make me like break down into these like
No,
waterworks. If anything, I would be pissed
no.
because I'm just like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah.
I
No,
would,
and
I feel
if
like I'd go numb at that point. I would just be
yeah,
like, oh, fuck you, I'm done.
yeah. No, absolutely, and I feel like if he's still sending those text messages, if anything, Taylor, that's like that's something in your that you have that can give you some kind of satisfaction at the end of the day. Like, think about it, like,
Yeah.
if you think about high school relationships and if you
Yep.
had an ex who you guys were over and he's still sending you text messages like, "I still want you, I still love you," and all this stuff, well, and he slept with some girl that next weekend, okay, but he's still sending you those texts. So, whether he slept with
That's
that girl
true.
or not, you're still getting text messages saying, "I still want you, I still miss you."
Right. He's
You haven't
clearly still thinking about you.
He's still thinking about you, and if you haven't made the call to lock it down and say, "Okay, let's give it a go," until then, what's there to do about this situation? There's nothing.
There's nothing.
And she
There's
makes
just
it a
nothing.
yeah, there's just nothing. So just I don't know, she made a whole deal about the fact that it was sleeping with someone on TV, and I think I guess I'd heard on a recent podcast that he was upset because it sounds like she slept with Ben, and he found out about that. I know.
Hmm.
Get it, girl. And,
Get it, girl.
um, she slept with Ben, and he found out about that, but she was like, "Well, I didn't make it known on TV."
Mm.
Okay. I mean, I see it, but
Yeah, but it's a little hypocritical to say that when you're about to go on The Bachelorette and date
yes.
30 guys on TV.
Yes. And how about fantasy suites?
Yeah, you're gonna have sex with a few of them.
Yeah, you have I mean, can you imagine if Dakota was the bachelor? Please. Yeah, no. So, anyways, I think Taylor, we know we've said so much about Taylor, but in this situation, I think she should have been like, "Okay, Dakota, we've been through some shit. I'm upset about Jenna. I'm upset about this, whatever. Let's just start clean. Let's
Yeah,
start on a clean slate. I need to let things go. You need to let things go. Let's give this a shot. We really love each other. We can't stay away. We have so much chemistry, blah, 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 blah. Let's give it a go. If it doesn't
yeah.
work, then walk away.
Walk away.
Just
It's
do the
easy.
co-parenting thing."
Yeah, seriously. Good stuff.
Okay, episode 3, real
Episode
quick.
3.
Starts with Demi and Brett singing.
Dude, what the fuck was that?
I
I
can't.
literally, I can't.
I can't.
What was my notes on this? Demi and Brett's little singing recording session, question mark. What was that? LOL. The song
Oh,
was
no.
so comical. It sounded like it was made for kids. Like, this is something that they sing in Sunday school.
Yes. Exactly, that's what it is. Sunday school, preschool, like, it's just,
Yeah.
like, the weirdest out of all songs that I'm like, was she fed that by producers or something? I'm just so confused as to
I have, it
where
was
that
so
choice came
random.
from.
So
Did you
random.
ugh. The funny part too was as they're walking into the studio, Demi goes like, "Have you ever been to one of these, Brett?" He was like, "Yeah." I'm like,
You're
"Oh,
like, okay,
first of all, why?
when?
When and why?" Um, I
That's
just
so
thought that
funny.
was ay, ay, ay. That was just so funny.
I know. I feel like, honestly, I feel like Brett is just a dog on a leash
Yeah,
to Demi. I think
1,000%.
she's like, what?
Yes.
She cracks the damn whip in that household
She does,
because
1,000%. She
I'm
has
like,
him drinking her piss. This woman cracks the whip.
wait, what?
Sis, you don't know this information?
What? I'm like, is this a metaphor I'm missing?
No. This is actual. This is what
No.
no, sis. This is what Fruity Pebbles is.
What?
It
When
came
did we
out.
learn that?
Uh,
Oh,
I think it was the beginning of
I
press
have
for season
tears welling
4.
in my eyes for some reason. like struggling to even think about this.
Jessie dropped the news after they broke their friendship. She went on she went on somewhere and said, "By the way, Grandpa Brett drinks Demi's pee like it's dirty soda, and that's what Fruity Pebbles is."
Oh,
Demi and Brett have since confirmed that that is in fact what Fruity Pebbles is, and that it was a sexual kink thing they were trying. She spread it out for him. He was laying on the ground. She squatted, and he drank her pee.
I am
Sis,
actually so appalled right now.
she's gonna need a minute to process this.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry if this is old news for anyone else, but this is like fresh for me. I just can't even fathom. Okay. Okay.
So when you say he's
Okay.
witch, cracking
He's
the whip,
witch.
I mean, we're going like, "Here, honey, here, lay down real quick. Let me try something." And he's just like,
Open
all
up.
game. Yeah.
Like sick.
Talk about
I
dog on a
can't.
leash.
No, yeah. Absolutely. And I'm like, you could just still not over it. I'm sorry. But I'm like going on to just back to the singing, gonna circle back, and I'm just gonna have to
Yes.
process this the rest of the night
Yes.
on my own time. But back to the singing thing. You know, she's like, Brett, that sounds nothing like it did in the car. I'm like, I think you need to hear yourself and just like, you know, take the headphones off. And I'm just like, you know, it's a little breathy. And like, she's just like, and I literally was just like, poor Brett, he's not saying anything.
No.
I think he's right where he wants to be.
This is his dream. So you're saying?
I think so.
Can't.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be. And Daniel agreed with me.
Yeah.
He was like, no, yeah, that man, whatever is going on in that household, he's sat.
Yeah, he's sad. He's heavily medicated. Yeah, because it's like, so she's like, he's just like, "Okay, honey, breathy,
Yes.
got it,
Got it.
okay, let me pull this. Oh, I'm off. Okay,
I know.
there was no like lay off, like just
I know.
nothing.
I don't care how like chill and go with the flow you are. I would have reached my breaking point a long time ago. He's got to be on like Lexapro.
Yes, there's
I'm
something.
sorry.
Running
There's
through
just
his
no
veins.
way he
Or
can
as
just be
they-
that chill.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know how good ketamine is. I know that's their favorite, but I don't. That's not a daily thing, so I don't know how he would be, taken to all of these
I
events,
don't
these
know.
activities. I mean, I don't know.
Dang.
Oh, in the car
Holy moly.
afterwards, I know. That's what. And so the Fruity Pebbles thing is, she either ate Fruity Pebbles a lot before, so that her piss tasted like Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So when you go back to like season 1 and there was a confessional episode with Whitney, and the producers were like, "So what does Fruity Pebbles have to do, with like this whatever?" And Whitney's like, "What can I say?" And then she's like, "It has to do with taste," and that's what she says.
Yes.
So that's where it comes from.
Okay. My last note on this was they went to the restaurant Acre. And it was for Whitney's thing. And like
yes,
Demi
yes.
didn't go.
Yes.
Like her athletic line or something.
Yes, ACTA/Hydro Drug event.
Yes. And they went to this restaurant called Acre, and it's in downtown Salt Lake. And I actually went there for my birthday, this last birthday.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say, so overrated.
Oh.
Like, it is one,
Interesting.
it's so expensive. Like, ridiculous. And they don't have a ton of sushi options. Even though it's supposed to be just like a really big sushi and fish restaurant, they have other things, but it's supposed to be like sushi. They have a lot of nigiri, but I seriously, they have like 10, 15 rolls, and all of them are weird. You know how you just want like a normal, let's just say you want a California roll.
Yeah.
You don't get a California roll, even though it's a California roll. There's something it's too fancy.
Too fancy. They take it to
That's what it is.
The chefs get too creative.
They get too creative with it, and everything always ends up with just like a weird taste.
Yeah.
Sometimes too like smokehousey or I don't know. But anyways, Daniel and I both thought it was overrated. I went there again for a work event a couple months ago. Again, overrated. And I tried multiple different things that time.
Weird.
I know. So that's just my take.
I love that.
If any of you guys, though, have gone to Acre and just had like a phenomenal dish that you'll never forget, please prove me wrong and I'll go again.
Yes, please. Yeah, please share. I had a note on London Jacob. Um, I just thought it was interesting. I Jacob went on a podcast, I think it released last week maybe, or earlier this week.
Wait, am I an
Um
idiot? Who's London Jacob?
oh, it's Macy's husband Jacob, but they call him
Oh.
London Jacob
Oh,
because when he came back
yes. Yes, they're like, "I don't like
I
London
don't like
Jacob."
London Jacob. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
Sorry, I'm with it. I'm
'kay.
back.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're like, "Who the hell is London Jacob?"
I'm like, "This
Yeah.
wasn't on today's list, sis."
Yes, yes. They just, he went on a podcast recently, and he said he was asked, like, "Are you actually friends with any of the guys
Yeah.
in real life?" And he said, "No."
What?
Yeah, he said, "No," and I was actually pretty shocked, like and it made me really kind of look at the whole, like, London Jacob and all this kinda stuff, like, he is playing it up for the cameras, he's playing up for the role of pretending like dad talk matters to him or any of this stuff. It was very clear in this episode that that is all for the plot, I guess. It just
Wow.
yeah, like, he literally even said, like, "Yeah, I like Jace, but we don't we don't talk." And if anyone you would think are close would be him and Jace because of how close Michaela and Macy are.
For sure.
Yeah, so that was very interesting. It kind of just really put
Hmm.
perspective on his whole character because I kinda was thrown with London Jacob. I was like,
Oh,
"Hold
so was
on,
I. I was like, "Macy, Macy,
Macy, real
911."
yes, please." Like Michaela said, "Hate this for you." Um, so yeah, I was just like I was very surprised that that is kind of the reality of the situation that he really just doesn't yeah, so you really just never know. You really just never know
You really never know.
what's going
It
on.
really makes you think about, like, how close the girls actually are too,
Yeah,
because, I mean, I don't know, I'm sure they're close and blah, 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 but, like, to what level?
yeah,
Because I just feel like, I don't know, if your guys aren't close,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, it kind of says a lot.
It does say a lot.
He kind of let out a lot of tea in that episode, so,
Good for him. Thanks,
yeah,
Jacob.
yeah, it was pretty good. Um, oh, I made a note that Jed and Whitney, when they were talking, I think they were at, Whitney's California rental for while they
Yeah.
were doing Dance with the Stars, and they were just, like, saying, like, "Something's in this Cali air," like, it's just there's something in the air there, and it really did make me feel pretty nostalgic, because I do feel like there's something in the air in
There
California,
is
and
100% something in the air.
yeah, and I just knew exactly what they meant, like, when we land and we especially the OC, I'm telling you, there is
Mhm. That
something
John Wayne Airport.
oh,
Mhm.
it is so good. It is
So good.
so good.
Ugh,
Oh my gosh, I'm just picturing, like,
sis.
driving to Aunt Stace's what?
I know. I'm like, we should all do a trip. Just
I
like me, you, Daniel, and like Connor, if he can come.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Gavin. Did I
and
miss
Gavin.
Gavin? I missed someone.
I'm like, I love how it went from you to Daniel, then to Connor. Like, "Oh, sure." I thought it was immediately gonna be Gavin, and then, like, let's see, because I made a note on here about how we
Oh,
have not gone on a trip, and we've never left Connor. You guys, Connor is 2.5 years old, we've never left him once,
yeah.
and we are dying and in need of a trip, and so anyways, it's very relevant that you just said that
That'd
because
be so fun.
I really think I'm literally was just thinking last night when I was getting my nails done, I'm like, I need to go to Cali and just get a little bit of that Cali air for a minute. The
Oh,
OC oh, yeah.
man.
Mama needs a vacay.
Yeah, for sure.
Mom and dad need a vacay.
Mom and dad need a vacay.
Yeah.
Auntie needs a beach vacay.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we really should. We
I
should
know.
we should talk
Seriously.
about
Okay.
this.
We'll chat.
Uh, Demi, how has this been passed over? Demi casually says that she has had emotional affairs and feelings for other men in her relationship, her marriage to Brett multiple times.
So casual. And it was just like,
What?
okay. But I felt like that was just like,
Ah,
what?
I first was shocked that she would admit that because the perfection, like
Me too.
veil was dropping for a second. And I don't know if she'd think it would air or what, but I was actually shocked.
I was
She
so
used
shocked.
she used that as an example to be like, "That has happened many times, but not with Marciano." And then everyone's like, "Oh, cute eye roll."
Yeah, I know. Oh, here we go again. We were
Here we go.
so close.
Mm. So, I just thought that was wild.
No, that is wild.
Like, can we get more
And
information about that?
I know. And then the producer asked, "Can you like go into a little more detail on
Oh,
this?"
yeah.
And then it's, "Demi refused to be interviewed this season," or
Yes.
whatever. And I'm like, "But I wanna know more tea about that."
Yeah, hello, can we talk about that? Like, that's wild
That's legit.
information. Um, yeah. I wanted to ask your opinion on the whole Chase trying to be friends with Macy and Michaela and then, being a little bit hard to come around. I as I was rewatching, I was actually starting to relate to it a little bit because in high school, I think we talked about a little bit that I had a couple of bad seed friends, and
Yeah.
we also had just a really interesting experience with a few people talking about mine and my husband's relationship and whatever, just being bullies, I guess, essentially, like, on the internet and stuff, and at that
Mhm.
point, it was like they were using Twitter, I think, mostly to bully us, and it was just really weird, and it made me think about a little bit more on how I kind of understand the hesitancy with how much shit Chase talked on those girls online and on public forums to then all of a sudden for them to welcome him with open arms.
Yep.
I really started to kind of come around and be like, "Oh, I kind of get it a little bit on that." Because at first I was like, "Oh, let it go-ish." But then I started to understand just wanting him in their close circle, they're like, "No, thank you." And
Yeah.
I kinda get that.
Oh, I so get that. I think it's hard because we have different expectations for these women than we do, like, real life,
Yeah.
because people just cycle in and out like
Yeah.
no one's business. It's someone forgive, 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 they're back. We hate them. They're
Yes.
back. Forgiven.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think we just expect forgiveness because that's just
That's
been
just
the name of the game with the show.
yes. Yeah.
Like, people do you wrong, but then they come back.
Yeah.
But I do agree that, like, in real life, that's not how it is,
Yeah.
and
It's so true.
I would also have a really hard time. I'd
Yeah.
be like, "Well, what's the point?"
What's the point? Like, "You've
W
just talked so much shit on me. I'm not a fan. Why are we forcing this? Like, let's just."
Yeah, like, I'm not going around, like, saying I hate you. I just don't like,
Yeah. Like,
there's just
what's yeah.
no.
I mean, he literally said that the reason why Macy, got a lot of followers is because she shared the story about her son's baby daddy dying in a car crash, and I was like, the stuff that was said about me were ridiculous, and they heard at the time, and they were just so
Yep.
rude, but it wasn't a comment like that,
No, I
and that would send me off the edge. I would be like, "Yeah, you watch your back.
Mhm,
Sleep with one eye open." Mhm.
totally. I mean,
Yeah.
there are just lines that you don't cross.
Mm-mm. No. I did have a thought about Jen being jealous of well, okay. My thought was Jen had just recently come on social media and she said that um she was crying and kind of alluding to the fact that maybe her and Zach are separating or
Oh,
she's like looking for a fresh start and she was very emotional and stuff like that. This was a few days ago. And I feel like in general, sometimes she plays this was my first thought, and I'll say that I did kind of correct myself and look at it from a different light. I feel like she plays the victim a lot, and I feel like there's a little bit of jealousy with, like, just Whitney and everything that she's doing, and Jen really was kind of taking the same road, like, "Okay, I'm gonna go on Dancing with the Stars," and then look what Whitney has done with that
yeah.
type of a thing, and I was like, "Jen, just go get it. Go get what you want." But I corrected myself a little bit, and I was like, I think if you don't have a supportive husband, there's not a lot you're gonna be able to do, especially when you're a mother to how many kids they have? 3?
Think so.
And I think that Connor is the wind under Whitney's sails, and
Absolutely.
I don't think Zach is.
I think Zach's the freaking anchor.
Yeah, he is holding her down to the ground, and I think she's
Mhm.
probably fighting a lot of internal battles of, like, "Keep my family together," "Save my marriage," this and that, but I also wanna go and achieve these goals and do this, and my husband's not gonna be supportive, and how is that gonna happen? And so I had to give it a different view on what could potentially be going on with her right now because a part of me is just I don't like living in that victim role. I love to see things as possibilities. Like if I seeing Whitney go and doing all these amazing things, I'm like, that's such motivation. I'm so excited to pursue
Totally.
that. But you have to have a supportive partner.
You do. And I just feel like you really see it. I'm sure we'll dive into it more when we recap the other episodes, but you see it more from Zach as time goes on. Her being like, what would you think about moving to California? Like, or staying in California permanently? He's like, not good. Don't want to do
Yep.
that. You
Yep.
know? And
Yep.
him being a stay-at-home dad for this period
Yeah.
of time, really struggled with it. He asked
Yeah.
Connor what Connor does, and he's like, "I'm just taking up magic." He was literally doing what we
Yes.
talked about.
Literally.
Literally, like finding other hobbies and identities
Yes.
to just give yourself more of everything. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
You can
Agreed.
yeah,
Yeah, it's random, it's cute, it's fun, it's something that's getting him excited, yet he's still there supporting his wife in this
yep,
phase. It's not forever. When he's not going to be having this crazy moment for the rest of her life.
right.
It's gonna go through phases. She's in it right now, and it's just like, "Everyone, let's just hang on.
Yeah.
Let's, do this." And so, absolutely, he is there, and he's really trying to make it happen for her. It's very evident, and I just think that Zach, like you said, is the anchor. He's not.
Mm-mm. Mhm.
So, who knows what's gonna happen with that? It's very up in the air. What everyone's saying right now is if they're together or they're not together. Are they separating right now? We don't know, but so we're probably gonna get into, some other funny stories next episode,
Mhm.
but this was fun. We really dived into some really good
We
topics.
did.
Yeah.
I felt
It was
like this
good.
was a good one. Little
Yeah.
deeper, but
A little
fun.
deeper, yeah, and fun. I'm excited for another episode, and to see what we're scheming up and scheming
Yep.
on next week.
I know. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we love the
Alri
support.
we do.
Okay.
All right.
Love you.
Bye. Love
Bye.
you. Thanks for scheming with us today. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Until next time,
Bye.
bye.
Yeah.